won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is your host, John Sturgard, and my co-host,
Patrick O'Mara.
That's right, and we are back, finally. It's been, what you said, like 4 weeks.
4 to 5 weeks between Steve screwing up and me not being able to play again.
We had some issues. We're still working out a schedule. We apologize. I know you miss us so much. But, yes, the Swiss Army Nerd Show is back. We're excited. We just got done doing an awesome episode of the sports. If you want to check that out, just check out my page. But we're super excited to be back. We got a lot to talk about. There's some stuff we missed, some stuff we're just going to go with the flow. We talked about it on a sports podcast. Next week we're going to have an awesome challenge. We're probably going to end up doing it on this show, so that way we have more time, but it's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to have all three of us. It's going to be fun.
I have to do an extra challenge that week, as Steve demands.
No. The entire Swiss Army Nerds has to eat a habanero. That's the rule.
That's fair.
So we don't have to eat. We already did ours.
I don't know if we should do both challenges, though. We should...
The thing is, the mayonnaise doesn't freak me out.
We're not
I don't
doing the
understand
mayonnaise.
why it freaks you guys out.
Because mayonnaise makes me gag. Just the thought of it.
Like, this is gonna be actual food, right? And we're just supposed to guess. Because I'm not going in there trying like actual fucking garbage.
No, we're not. It's just gonna be odds. Our producer Aaron's gonna be making it.
We won't make him do habanero next week because we're doing that challenge.
We'll do that the next week.
The next week you're doing one.
That's fair.
The week after that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fair. So that way you don't have to eat.
Remind me, please.
You got it, so you can get some chocolate milk. But yeah, we're back.
Milk. I'm getting whole milk.
Yeah, that might have been better.
Ice cream.
Ice cream would have been smarter. But yeah, we're back. We're super excited. Obviously, it's a nerd edition, so we're going to talk movie, some TV stuff, video game stuff, maybe a little comics, not a lot. But yeah, it's all the newest stuff. Anything else we want to end up chatting
the only
about.
other person you know that can talk comics with.
Yeah, that's about pretty much. So we're getting in the midst of it's like a movie boom. Venom, they just came out with the second.
Midst. We've been in it for a while
that's
now.
True. I mean, they come out with a lot of movies frequently. But Venom, I'm super excited for. We saw the trailer. They've confirmed that Carnage won't be in it. I think it's bullshit. I think they just don't want to give away the lead.
Yeah, I think they're trying to throw us off the trail.
Yeah.
It's got to be Carnage. I can't think of any other villain that would be in it.
I know Riot's in it, who's a very interesting symbiote, but he's not nearly what Carnage is. I don't know if they're going to do Carnage yet. They haven't confirmed if it's rated R or not. It was supposed to be, but now they're playing with it. So I think that makes a difference. You can't have Carnage and have it not be rated R.
I hope that doesn't ruin it.
I agree. I think
not making it rated R.
I think it needs to be rated R.
It has to be rated R for Venom. Though I'm not very familiar with Riot, I would have thought like Toxin or some other symbiote or Scream or something.
We know that there's 5 other symbiotes. They've confirmed that there's 5 other symbiotes in the testing facility where the Venom first gets created. So we know there's other ones. It's just, are they going to introduce them? Another movie that's coming out is The Predator. It's a sequel. It's not a reboot. They're saying that this is same lineage as The Predator with Schwarzenegger. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's always going to do well.
Yeah.
I don't think you can mess up Predator. I even liked AVP. I didn't like the second one, but
the second one, it was too dark. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to see
the hybrid of the two?
Well, that, yeah. But who doesn't want to see Predator kill things?
That's pretty cool. It's a thriller monster movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good. Another cool movie that's coming out, I think it's cool. It's First Man. It's about Neil Armstrong, first man to land on the moon.
Yep.
It's getting a lot of flack because a lot of people don't believe that even happens. I think it's cool. Gosling is playing him.
Even if it's not real, it's still a cool thought.
No, yeah, even the premise is cool.
Do you guys think?
I think it's real.
I think it's fake. I don't think the moon happened.
You don't think anyone... Really?
I think now, but in '69, absolutely not. I don't think that.
I think we do.
I think it was during a cinematic boom. I also truly believe that a flag can't wave in the vacuum of space. That's just my opinion.
Thor can breathe in space.
Okay,
So why can't
well,
a flag wave?
if they landed in '69, then Thor's out there somewhere. That's basically the same amount of believability.
There was a guy in the background with a fan.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it was made in a studio, like Studio 69 maybe, and then they just did it there. But that's neither here nor there. They're doing Halloween. They're doing, it's a sequel. It's 30 years later. All the other ones, Halloween 2, 3, 4, 67, whatever.
I hadn't seen the other ones, but I'm actually kind of excited to see this.
It looks good. And I like that he's like, he was in prison for all those years, and now he's, I don't know. It looks cool because it looks realistic.
And his sister's trying to kill him throughout the entire thing.
Yes, I like that. They're remaking The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I saw that new animated thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I like The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Is it literally, I thought it was just The Grinch. It's not How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is literally just about Grinch's life.
I'm not sure. I
just
know.
It's just about the Grinch's life.
Well, that's even cooler. At least because how many
times have they told how the Grinch stole Christmas?
And plus, you can't beat the original. I mean, that's one of the best
Jim
ones.
Carrey's one was pretty good.
Big movie that's coming out for all the Magic nerds. The Fantastic Beasts. The second one's coming out soon. A lot of controversy.
Isn't that Harry Potter?
Yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah,
Okay.
Magic geeks.
I was thinking
Yeah.
magic, like magic.
No,
It's supposed to take place when Dumbledore was young.
yes.
I don't care.
And that's actually, it's a
Good
pretty
for
big.
you for knowing.
It's a big movie only because there was a lot of controversy because Johnny Depp was going through his domestic abuse case during it, and they kept him in and all that stuff. I think it's all overblown. Not saying domestic violence is okay, but at the same time, he still has to do his job. But Fantastic Beasts, I didn't see the first one, but I know a ton of people are excited for it. Creed 2, sequel to the Rockies. They did Creed 1. I liked Creed 1. I don't know how they could. I think it's kind of cool that he's fighting Ivan Dragovic's son.
I think he loses.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool.
If it's gonna play anything like Rocky, like every other movie, he loses.
Yeah, that's true. Don't break the pattern. Wreck-It Ralph 2. I fucking can't wait for that. If you've never seen Wreck-It Ralph, you haven't lived. It is a nerd's fantasy. I love it. He eats Pac-Man's cherry. It's just great. I love it.
I didn't see that part.
It's the
very beginning when he goes.
When he's walking through his little.
It's like Villain Anonymous or something, and he
hides it, and then they're walking through. Remember, the security guard stops him. And he's hiding it behind his back, and then he walks through and he's just eating it before he goes back to his game.
And he's like, "Hey, Mr. Satan," and it's like it's Satan. I love it. There's so many subtle. That was.
Oh, you're talking about the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
The second one's not out yet.
No, but there's trailers out, and I thought you guys were talking about a trailer.
No, the trailer's cool. They get into the internet. I think it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. They're remaking Robin Hood.
That looks kind of cool.
It looks cool, but I think it's done to death. I mean, you can't. It's gonna be cool, but it's not gonna like break.
I wish they did more with the Russell Crowe version.
I hate Russell Crowe, so I hope they don't. I can't stand him. You
didn't like the movie Gladiator?
I didn't.
It's one of my top 5 favorite movies.
A lot of people really like it. I just don't. So
what specifically don't? What don't you like about Russell Crowe?
I don't like how he acts. I don't think it's believable. I think he's like a typecast, like Liam Neeson. He's the same in every movie. I need range. I like actors that can act. I don't like typecasts. Like that's one of my things. Like if you watch a Russell Crowe movie, he's almost always either the angry, like the Gladiator, or he's like a drunkard. Those are his two ranges. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan.
He was in a movie with Hugh Jackman.
He was. It was the La Misera or whatever.
Yeah, that was a weird ass movie.
It was based on a musical, so it's not.
It was a musical.
No, he was a cop, but that's also a singing one. Big one. I'm actually excited to see it. I can't believe I'm saying this. Is Aquaman. I think it's going to be okay. I don't know. I think it's going to be ridiculous, but I'm excited to see something different in the DC universe. At least it's not another done to death Batman.
I'm expecting it to fail.
I don't think it's going to fail. I think it's just going to be a different kind of taste. And who knows, man? I thought Wonder Woman was going to fail, and it's fantastic. So
okay, yeah, but look what they did in the Justice League.
Justice League was because they rushed it, and it was a money ploy. I firmly believe that. I think if you took...
It hasn't been that long since they did that movie.
No, but they can still recover Aquaman and make him a likable character if they write it well.
Possibly.
Possibly. I mean, it's an uphill battle, but I'm gonna see it.
It's like climbing up a mountain battle.
I like Jason Momoa, so I'll go see it for that alone. Bumblebee.
I'll just rewatch Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, Drago is badass. Bumblebee. It's the Transformers spin-off. Has John Cena in it. It's the history of Bumblebee, one of the best characters ever.
He's like the main Autobot in the series.
I mean, he had way more.
They're just beating that to death.
Well, yeah, it's a money ploy.
Way back when, didn't we say that, or Neil said they were going to do like a 10-movie sequel or something like that? I couldn't believe that.
He said like 14 or 15 different movies, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, it's a money ploy. If people are going to go see it, beat that horse to death.
Wow. Just so you know real quick, Christopher Scott has never seen Wreck-It Ralph.
Dude, he's never seen anything. When we were on vacation, nothing. I'd be like, have you ever seen it? He's like, no, I've only seen The Fugitive. That's it.
Well, he put up, he's like, I haven't seen it. I was like, I haven't seen one. He's like, that Ralph movie you guys are talking about.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he doesn't watch movies, apparently. I don't know.
No, he's not a movie watcher. Unless we drag him to go to the movies with us, he hasn't seen it.
He's only watched The Fugitive. I'm sure of it. That's it.
I mean, The Fugitive's a great movie.
Yeah, except you don't watch it for 24 years. Anyway.
Hey, I'm just... You guys knew.
I'm just saying.
Is that the only comment? It looks like there's more there.
A couple. It's a lot of parts. Chris did his normal likes.
Yeah.
And then
his normal likes. Moving on, a couple more movies, sequels. Quiet Place. I love that movie. They're doing a sequel. Comes out, I think, next year. John Krasinski is currently writing it. He wrote the first one. I loved it. It was very different. I'm excited to see where they go from that. Top Gun 2, or known as Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
This ought to be interesting.
It's delayed,
it is?
probably fortunately, but
hopefully they cancel it.
They shouldn't do it. Just leave it. I don't know why they're doing it. I like Top Gun. I finally actually saw it this year. I know that's crazy, but I just never did. It's actually pretty good, but just leave it alone. Just don't fuck with it. They're coming... I love watching movies. I just don't have the money to go see them. Yeah, except for they've been out for years. It doesn't matter. Okay. They're also, speaking of reboots, they're doing another Terminator movie. Schwarzenegger's coming back for it. Another beatdown, yes. It's going to be the return of T-800.
That'd be nice.
They're going to be doing the
it's a good series. I like watching it just for the story, honestly.
They're supposed to do... there's talks of Iron Giant 2, but I don't know if they should do that.
Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Like the cartoon that came out like 1997?
Yes.
He didn't die at the end of the movie.
Nope, his little finger was moving. His
eyes open too.
Well, that too. Spoiler alert. I hope they don't do it.
The movie's like 20 years old.
Still needs money to buy them.
That's true. The main thing I want to talk about
you
from this
missed
article.
one.
What?
They leaked John Wick 3.
Oh, that's not a surprise.
That's not a surprise. It's already on IMDb's list.
Yeah, he just keeps going.
But that movie was amazing.
They're fantastic.
John Wick 2 was, I own John Wick 2.
I own them both.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this.
I'm sure this is the end of it, though. Keanu is a trilogy guy. He's going to end it on the third one.
I don't know. His Constantine movie, it was only one movie long.
That's because
it was horrible.
Yeah, nobody likes Constantine. He's a very unique character, especially for DC. The one I really want to talk about is, have you heard about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie? They're doing
but this is... Tell me it's not live action.
It's live action!
Are you serious?
They're doing a live action Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's going to be some fat guy in a costume.
I honestly...
Because Sonic's got some belly on him.
I love the idea of them just painting someone blue. I'd be okay if The Rock did it. Like, he could get away.
Is there images or anything?
No.
The Rock's got to play Knuckles. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would be
He's got to play the meathead.
I just love the idea of them doing this. I don't know. It's going to be a train wreck, but sign me up for
like
it.
Shazam. Horrible.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Shazam, that's a good segue. Bravo. There was an article that came out when we were joking about it. Why isn't Black Adam going to be in the Shazam movie? And if you don't know who Black Adam is, he's played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he's an anti-villain who's basically the opposite of Shazam.
He's more villain than he is anti-villain.
Definitely. He's a pretty dark character, but he's got a cool story. But why won't he be in Shazam? And if you read the article, the director's very vague about it. There's not really an answer. Most of it's...
It's because Shazam sucks.
Yes,
and Black Adam actually took over his comic book series.
I don't know. Did we ever talk Shazam, the trailer? I don't know.
You guys did. You and Neil
we
did.
brought...
Oh, okay.
No, I'm almost positive I did, because we were talking about how it was an inflatable
horrible.
suit.
Oh, no, it was you.
It was horrible.
Neil was just here.
Yeah. That Shazam suit... As soon as I'm not a huge DC guy, but as soon as I saw that...
It was a joke when I first saw it.
Same here.
Alright, it's just a joke. It's legit.
I thought it was like a fake trailer. No, it looks horrible, and I'm super depressed that Dwayne is signed on for multiple movies as Black Adam, because unfortunately his character is going to be
fighting that.
Yeah, that's his nemesis.
He's gonna be fighting the what's the Doughboys guy? Doughboys.
I don't fucking
name. I don't care.
Pillsbury
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
It's
That's what he's gonna be
Pillsbury
fighting at.
It's just I don't know. I wish even if he win, I would rather have been like a Dark Side would have been cooler. Anything.
I think a solo movie like they're doing with the Venom would have been better.
Well, they're doing a solo movie for Black Adam,
but just strictly solos for the three.
Oh
movie
yeah,
contracts.
yeah, I got you. But I am very depressed that he put his name in a DC movie. But I don't know. I was gonna cast him as Luke Cage, but that was too small of a role. But
and he's way too big for Luke Cage.
Well, they already got a Luke Cage.
In the comics,
yeah, but before that happened,
Luke Cage in the comics, the movies, the game, he was tiny. Like The Rock is the size of this wall.
Yeah, The Rock.
Like, that's just not a good role for him.
He would have been a cool like Thanos. I wouldn't change it now that I've seen Thanos, but yeah.
Or for Mortal Kombat, what's his face with the 4 arms?
Goro.
I think he would have been a better Jax.
Goro.
Jax is good too. The guy with the metal
Can't
arm.
be any worse than the Scorpion King.
This is true.
I think he would have made a good Jax, honestly.
Jax would be good. He definitely, and you wouldn't even have to.
I'm trying to think of another Marvel superhero that he would have been good for.
It's limited. It's very limited because
you're gonna find the big bulk guys.
Yeah, not a lot of them are like African American or.
He could have been old school Hulk, just paint him green and give him ripped pants.
He did that for a Halloween costume.
Doesn't surprise me.
But speaking of The Rock, the last actually piece about this. Oh no, there's 2 parts. First part is if you've never seen Big Trouble in Little China, it had Kurt Russell in it. It's a great movie. It's one of those classics. They're doing another movie and The Rock starring in it, but it's a sequel, so it's not.
Okay.
He's not replacing Kurt Russell, so I think that's pretty cool. That's one of my mom's favorite movies, so I'm excited for that.
You didn't mention The Rock was in it.
The Rock is in it. He's the main guy. He's not replacing Kurt Russell. He said he would never do a movie where he's replacing someone. I'm not sure if I think that's true. He's never played a new like a remake of a character. He's always a new one. But the big news, and this is huge, it's actually blockbuster news, is The Rock signed on to be King Kamehameha, which probably for a lot of DBZ fans sounds made up, but it was actually it's a Polynesian Hawaiian legend where when the Hawaiian Islands were at war with each other and they were territories, King Kamehameha linked them all together, and it's what led to this beautiful culture that they have now. It's a huge role, and it's actually something that he's gone on record saying he's trained his whole life to be this. Huge.
You think that's why the Kame House is on a little island?
Absolutely.
It's probably the only thing.
DBZ took the Kamehameha because of the legend of this character. It's in like 1700s. It's actually a really cool legend, and the director that's doing it is the same one that did Braveheart, and he wants it to be on that level. So it's gonna be a really cool.
It's gonna be a big movie because
huge.
I got a question for you because you're everything Rock.
Mm-hmm.
His Instagram, he keeps putting up pictures of a movie he's doing where he looks like he's a boat captain.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's called the Disney Cruise, and it's based off of the Disney Cruise or the Jungle Cruise is a thing they do now where people pay and they go on this cruise and it's all Disney and it's great. Well, that came from like this idea. It's pretty much the idea that created the Disney Cruise. It's weird. I don't know a ton about it, but that's what it is.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
All right.
It's a movie about pretty much what led to the cruise being invented.
Okay, like he's putting stuff up, pictures, and I'm like, what movie is this?
He's really proud of that. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it because I wasn't really a big Disney kid. So, wow. But there's a lot of money going into it. I know they paid like 20, 30 mil.
If it's about Disney, Disney's gonna do like whatever they can to make this. Holy cow.
Yeah, big thing. But, The Rock's doing big things, man. He is the biggest actor out there right now. Everything he's in is blockbuster. He's getting all the roles he wants.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
I think Robert Downey Jr.'s got him.
No, he's typecast. He's only been Iron Man.
But that's because right now.
But The Rock can do anything. Like any movie. He made Fast and the Furious relevant.
Well, no, Robert Downey Jr. did the lawyer movie. Yeah,
but that didn't do Rock numbers. The Rock never hits like.
You're arguing a point you're not going to.
His last 8 movies, I don't think have been failures, even though they probably should have been.
His last failure was Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, like he's.
I'm not arguing that they were bad movies. I'm just saying I don't think he's like the top.
I'm not saying he's the greatest actor. I'm saying he's definitely the biggest get. Like if you get The Rock in there, one, you get to open in China, which only like 12 movies a year get to do that. because everyone idolizes The Rock. You're guaranteed to open there. And then 2, everyone sees him in America because they worship him. You're going to get numbers. Like, you can't have a fail movie with The Rock because even our most devoted fans like me will go see it. That's why he's a big get. And that's why he's the highest paid Forbes actor of all time. And he's only been acting for, what, maybe 20 years? That's crazy if you think of De Niro, who's been doing it for like 60. It's crazy. The money he gets paid and what he does is just, it's crazy. There's no one doing what he's doing right now. Not to mention all the companies. He has like HBO deal and shit. He does.
Ballers.
Yeah, he is a baller. But it's pretty crazy to see what The Rock's doing. I guess we're in movies, so we might as well do the reviews.
Just continue with movies.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go see Saturday. We're gonna go see the Happy Time Murders. It got actually really good reviews. It got I think 8 out of 10 via IGN or whatever. Pretty big news. But
if you guys don't know what it's about, it's like a
puppet. It's a puppet detective.
It's
Muppets. Yeah. It's like there's the reason they called
the guy that made the Muppets.
That's with
Sesame
Melissa
Street.
McCarthy.
Yes.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's in Family.
I saw that. I just didn't know what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna go see it Saturday.
Saturday at 7.
Yes, but we reviewed it, and I looked up the reviews on it. The reviews on it are subpar, but for being a puppet movie, it actually does really good. But it's a rated R puppet movie.
Yeah, it's not like the actual Muppets or the puppets. It's not a.
It's like a satire almost. Like I think it looks funny as hell. I want to see it. I think it's.
They
cool.
even have advertisements saying that kids should not go and watch this movie.
And like the scene in the trailer, it's like
gets his head blown off.
That and the guy's like having sex with another puppet woman, and then the entire office gets covered in semen. It's gonna be a wild movie.
I didn't see that last part, but okay.
Yeah, it's very messed up. I'm
America.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same feel, but I'm excited to see it. The reviews on it are pretty good. I mean, there's some people who are calling it one of the worst. It didn't have a great opening, but there's not a huge audience that's going to go see puppets. It's probably for mainly college kids who just want to see something ridiculous. The one movie I did see, which is surprising, Christopher Robin. Obviously, it's about Winnie the Pooh. I would say it's the worst movie I may have ever seen.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I would say, I'm not even... maybe one...
What in the world made you decide to go see Christopher Robin?
I like Winnie the Pooh, okay? Well, they ruined... I love Winnie the Pooh. They ruined it. They literally took Winnie the Pooh, and they ruined it for one, and two, they made it into like a very dark movie. Like, it's not...
But didn't you predict that they were all just going to die at the end of it?
Yeah, but I thought it was just me being a cynic. Like, no,
they all die?
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Like in the Winnie the Pooh novel, like I read as a kid, they're figments of his imagination because he doesn't have friends and he has social problems. Not in this movie. In this Christopher Robin, they're all actual animals that he lets die when he grows up. Like he literally was like, he's like, sorry, I gotta move on. They're actual animals. They're Winnie the Pooh's real. The oh my god, I forget the rabbit's name. Tigger, all of them.
Rabbit.
Is it just Rabbit?
Yeah.
Rabbit.
I thought he had a name.
No, it's Rabbit.
No, he always like, I'm going to Rabbit's house.
It's just Rabbit.
Well, Tigger, all of them, Piglet, Eeyore, all of them are real, actual animals. And
they got really creative with Rabbit.
I guess but he's like Squidward, like for old school kids. But yeah, it's horrible.
Old school kids? You mean nowadays? SpongeBob is still a thing going on.
Yeah, but like before SpongeBob, it was like
it's
Winnie
still
the
going on.
Yeah, it's different though. It's not as good
Oh,
as
it's
it
horrible.
was. Yeah, it's not
good.
It's not good as it once was. But yeah, don't go see it. If you love Winnie the Pooh, dude, it's horrible. They took my dreams and they shit all over it. I've never seen. I left that movie like going, I'm sad. Like there was no happy ending.
I think that was the point.
No, it's not. Winnie the Pooh's supposed to be about overcoming these things.
No, but this movie wasn't about Winnie the Pooh. This was about Christopher Robin.
Directed?
I don't know who directed it, but he should never direct again. It was.
Oh, it's M. Night Shyamalan.
It wasn't
Ding Dong.
Shyamalan. I don't see his movies. But yeah, don't go see it. It's one of the worst rated movies I've ever seen. I bet Neil would love it. Not me. I hated it.
I think it's more of our adults type movie.
No, I'm an adult, and I went in as like an adult.
Okay,
but
okay. more our parents type movie.
No.
You don't think so?
My mom would have hated it because they made it too real. It was so depressing. There was no, like, oh, here comes Piglet. And, like, no. It's like they're literally left in the rain to die and shit because he just thinks he has to grow up. Why wouldn't you just make it like the book, Figments of His Imagination, and that way when he grows up, you're not actually watching animals die.
Put him up for adoption.
You're getting a shit ton of likes, just so you know.
From what, Chris?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Chris.
That's gotta be Chris.
The second round.
He usually does like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's usually about right. But yeah, don't go see it. It's one of the worst things ever.
I didn't really plan on seeing it, but okay, good to know.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's horrible. So, that's movies. I figure we'll dive into...
The next closest thing would probably be TV shows that I'm seeing.
Yeah, TV shows. Mr. Robot. I don't watch that show. A lot of people do. It's a huge following.
I don't know anything about it other than what I read really quickly.
It's a very interesting show. I've read bits and pieces about it. It's all about tech and it's new age, and it's a very interesting. It's almost like tech detective. It's weird, but it's ending after only 4 seasons, so it had a short life.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that are going to be revealed.
Just because it had a short life doesn't mean it's bad.
Correct. I mean, Breaking Bad was only like, what, 6 seasons or something? I mean, some of the great shows, just you can't extend them. You know?
And it's hard to keep something going on that long because you have to find new material every year.
I mean, look at Game of Thrones. They only did, I think it's 7 or 8 seasons. They probably could have milked it for 12, 15, but
they could have done generational things.
Yeah, they don't do that. They want to make one great, long-lasting show, which I think is how you do it.
That's actually why I'm surprised the DC stuff has lasted this long, because it's just the same thing every year.
Yeah, that's true. Moving on from that, we talked a little bit, I think, about the DC subscription service.
We talked about that a couple of times.
Yeah,
we never had anything like completely confirmed.
Yeah, like they're gonna be doing a lot of live action stuff like Teen Titans. They're gonna have pretty much anything DC. You're gonna be able to get there. All those movies, the animated one, the live action ones, just a ton of stuff. It's an interesting idea. I definitely think.
I don't think it's the right idea.
No, I know Disney/Marvel is doing the exact same thing. That's why I think DC's doing it.
I don't think that's a smart move either on Marvel's
I don't
part.
think it is them pulling it all off Netflix, but I don't know why anyone would want to compete with Netflix. Besides maybe
Yeah, why wouldn't you want them as your partner?
I don't know either.
I think that's a smarter move.
Netflix is worth like $134 billion. It's insane how much.
I remember when Netflix first started, you had to mail your DVDs came in the mail.
It was 10 years ago. Yesterday.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
that's how you first got Netflix. You subscribed, and they would send you a DVD in the mail every month. You'd watch it, put it back, send it back.
That's how it started.
Yep.
It sounds similar to Redbox. I just used Redbox way before I heard about Netflix.
Netflix started too.
Other than Redbox was just like a machine you'd find at a Walmart or a Redbox and just run right out of there.
But yeah, originally it was just
Is
for
that still going
DVDs.
on? Yep. Redbox, is that still highly used? I know we have it at work, but you never see anyone use it. Everyone walks right past that damn
A lot of
thing.
people don't use it anymore.
Well, now you can steal most things. Not that we don't pirate people.
They charge you per day.
Yeah, for Redbox. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's $1 a day.
I had
every day you're late, it's $1.06.
That's a damn expensive game if you're holding on to it for a
I had
year.
a friend of mine. He actually, Connor. We've had him on the show. He does Wiki Freaks. Shout out to him.
That was a throwback episode.
Oh, I love it, dude. They're blowing up. They're doing great. So good for them. But
I still re-listen to the old ones.
They do. He's doing great on Wiki Freaks. Which catch that if you've never. It's a really cool podcast. But when we had him on, he was telling us how he rented Skyrim from Redbox, and he was just gonna rent it for 2 days.
I remember this.
And back then it was $2 a day.
Yep.
He ended up keeping it for like a month. He ended up owing Redbox like $75 because he just didn't want to give it back.
Yeah, nowadays, if you rent a movie from Redbox, if you hold on to it, once you get to the amount that it costs, you bought it.
Yeah, that's actually what ended up happening.
Yep.
But he went to go like pay for it finally, and they only charged him $64 or whatever. But yeah, instead of just going to buy the goddamn game, he ended up renting it for months. But the Netflix yesterday, 10 years, it was just DVDs. But I would never want to compete with Netflix or even Hulu. I mean, those are the top ones. I mean,
Hulu's kind of dying out right now.
I like Hulu actually.
I like it, but
they have a lot of good
don't update
TV
as
shows.
much.
They
No,
got a
they
lot of old school movies.
They have Seinfeld is my big thing. Come on, Seinfeld's a juggernaut. You can watch it; it's timeless. They have like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They have different. Hulu is very different than Netflix, but in a way where I can have both, and I don't.
Hulu's got better TV series than Netflix.
For sure. Their movies are shit.
They're horrible. You only got a few.
And they get newer stuff. They actually update. Like, so if you're watching a show like Gotham, I watch Gotham, they'll update it after a day. Netflix doesn't do that. But, like I was saying, DC and Marvel, Disney, their streaming services, I don't think it's wise. I think they'll eventually mesh. Like, if I was Hulu and if I was Netflix, I would take Netflix, buy Marvel, or Disney, not buy it, but work with them. Then DC go with Hulu. If you're a DC fan, Hulu numbers go up. If you're a Marvel, you know what I mean? I would do that, but I'm not a businessman, but that's what I would do. I wouldn't pay for just Marvel stuff, personally, unless it's like really good shit. Like, that's never going to be released. But anyway, let me pull this up real quick. I lost my place. Sorry about this.
Professional.
Shut up. Rick and Morty, the co-creator, is teaming up with, ironically, Hulu. To create a new series. I don't know if you're not a Rick and Morty fan. If you're not, you live under a rock, because that is the best show out there right now. It's.
I don't know what I'm gonna name my rock.
It's it's different, but I love Rick and Morty. I'll watch this series just based off of that alone. I love Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I think it's funny no matter what. I think it's hysterical.
Lauren watched it. I've never, I don't hate it. I've just never had the interest.
You should
I've never
really
watched it. Lauren loves it.
Watch 2 episodes, and by the second one, you'll be fucking hooked. It's so funny. I don't know. I love it. Maybe it's because Rick is a raging alcoholic and a dick. I actually relate with him a lot.
I think most of our group does.
Yeah, I think so too. He's definitely our comedy role, but I think that's cool. I gotta check that out. It's gonna be on Hulu. I think two last TV things. They're actually playing with the idea of creating another streaming service for us, those 90s babies, well, you're 80s, but still, that grew up on the Cat Dog and Angry Beavers and all that. All of those shows, they might create a streaming service where we can watch. I think it's from like the 90s all the way up to 2004. Yes, pretty much all the way up. I think we all know. I think 05 it got a little.
I didn't think I thought I was the only one that watched that.
No, Shoobies, man, Shoobies, dude. I love that. That was great. It made me want to go out and do all the shit they did.
Yeah,
I loved it. But yeah, I would pay for that. I loved 90s cartoons. You could still watch it as an adult, and it's so funny. That was so cutting edge. I'm telling you, in 20 years, we're gonna be telling our kids. This, you don't understand how great.
This is what you're watching. You're not watching this new shit on TV.
Yeah.
Rugrats.
Yep. The old
Cat Dog, Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, Angry Beavers was fantastic. Norbit and Daggett. It was fantastic. Go on forever. The original Rugrats, you said. But how great. If I were them, I would combine with Cartoon Network. Like Chicken and. I would do that. I'd pay for that.
I don't know why they still want to show it. I just do reruns. I'm fine with reruns.
Well, they can't because they did in 05, everything got real PC. Like, if you watch Cat Dog, there's literally episodes where they talk about how they have sex and they can't, and how that's why Cat is so frustrated. When we were kids, we didn't catch it. Nope. But now that we're grown, if you rewatch that shit.
And nowadays with the internet and all that shit,
can't do it.
Just can't do it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I would pay for that. That is something I would pay.
I'll drop Netflix to get that.
Yeah, that's timeless. I love it. Especially because now that we're older, we would enjoy it more. And then the last bit of TV news is HBO has finally said goodbye to adult entertainment. No more porn.
Really?
Yep.
Get rid of the Skinamax.
Gone. Well, Cinemax is going to have that stronghold. Which, shout out to all those kids who sneak it when their parents go to sleep. I mean, that was me, for sure.
I remember.
It was always weird shit, too.
My parents blocked that.
I remember.
Yeah, see, my mom was never smart enough to know
how to block it. We had
it.
HBO at my house and the main TV, and all of us had TVs in our room. And I told my dad when I was getting my TV, he's like, all right, so you're going to get basic cable. I was like, that's fine, but I'd like 1 or 2 HBO channels for my bedroom because there's good movies. And my sister's like, no, you just want to look at porn. That's flat out what she said.
So many times. Like, I remember, here's an embarrassing story. So, when you're a kid, you're not the smartest knife in the drawer. Well, we only had one
That's a good way to put it.
We only had one TV, right? So,
I think you meant sharpest.
what did I say?
You're smartest.
So I said smartest?
Smartest knife in the
My
drawer.
point. The point made. So I remember my mom went to bed, and I'm like, all right.
That's what happens.
Skin 'em
Parents
next
go to
time.
bed, you creep up to their door, make sure they're sleeping.
See, that would have been a smart
Wait for
knife
the lights
thing
to
to
turn
do.
off like 10 minutes.
But so I snuck out there. I'm like, all right, let's get to work, right? And so I go out there, and I'm going through, and back then you don't really know what is porn, because even now, now you know, like it's like National Lampoon's
We hope you
Pooncation. Okay, so it's porn. But back then you don't know. So I'm like clicking, and I remember I started watching this movie, and I'm like, this is gonna lead to somewhere. It didn't, and it took me like an hour and a half, and then finally I was like, okay, so nothing's happening. This isn't working for me, and I switched it, and I started watching that, and 45 seconds later I got the job done, and I left it. I left it on the screen.
You didn't change the channel?
I turned the power button off on the TV, and I was like, I'm good. Next day, Mom gets up for work, turns that sumbitch on. John! Oh, shit. I sprouted up from bed, and I'm like, there's no way. Shit, there's no way. And I was like, yeah? She's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like 10. I'm like, all right. And I come out, and I know something's wrong. Like, she's got the mom voice. I'm like, what's up, Mom? It's kind of early. She's like, what the fuck is this on my TV? And I look, and it's just... Because they don't show the full-blown thing. They just show, like...
It's just... area, all that
and
stuff.
she points, and I'm looking. I'm like, it looks like an elbow. She's like, you smart-ass motherfucker, and hits the play button and starts the moaning and stuff. I'm like, oh, God, that's disgusting. She beat my ass. I will never forget that.
As a kid, you gotta be smart. As me, what I
was
did,
not.
I never forgot that. I'd sit there, parents go to bed, I'd get on there, I'd watch it, take care of business. Then I'd go to a channel, like Cartoon Network, and then I'd go to a different channel, like Nickelodeon. So then if your parents got smart and they hit the last button, even though you're on Cartoon Network, it goes to the last channel you were on. So I would go to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. So if my parents woke up and hit last, it'd go to Nickelodeon.
See, that's smart. I didn't even think, to this day, I wouldn't think of that. Yeah. If I was still doing that. But yeah, I remember.
If you were still. If. You mean if.
I only rub.
We got smartphones now. We don't need TV.
That's right. This thing is disgusting. No. But shout out to all those kids who are not going to have that experience.
No.
Unfortunately. Of course, people are nowadays. If you're a kid, you can do whatever. You can play Fortnite and probably get off.
They're looking it up on their iPad.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, parents out there, if you think they aren't, they are.
Block it.
There's a will, there's a way.
Block everything.
Unless you chain their hands, it's going down.
Just let them do their thing.
But
it's gonna
yeah,
be a pain-ass job when I become a parent, blocking every damn thing.
Oh, I'm not gonna block anything. Jesus.
I'm not gonna give my kids TV or phones.
I'm gonna be like, Jesus.
That might be a smart move until they grow up.
And they're like half Amish when they go to school. It's like, all right, little Jimmy, get out your iPad. What the fuck is that? Well, parents.
I don't have one.
Talking about my chalkboard and chalk?
Oh my god! If they even know what chalk is by then, it'd be mind blowing. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have for TV. R.I.P. to all those kids out there. Well, that's really our generation. It's been an old school podcast. A little bit of
bad.
No,
I like that. I like old school.
Who doesn't love old school? Most of our listeners, I think, besides Chris, know what we're talking about. A little bit of video game news, and then we'll wrap up. Far Cry 5 added a new update, zombies and whatnot. They added new game plus, which if you don't know what that is, you beat the game, then you can play it again at a different difficulty. They added infamous difficulty. I love that because I can get more playtime out of it.
You can get more fishing out of it. Is what you
Yes, I was a big fisher. I still am. I have the second record in the United States. Like the actual second record, I have it. Pretty sure it was a glitch. For fishing in Far Cry.
He spent that much time fishing.
4 days straight. I would get up at 7 in the morning and I would fish until like 12 at night.
Why?
I had vacation time and no one took one with me. So.
Like Far Cry is such a fun game. You just spend your time sitting on a dock fishing.
Yep. Well, I would travel. I would get in a plane. I'd go to a
You
new
go to
location.
different fishing spots.
Yes, and I caught.
Like a real professional.
That's
So
right.
You must have loved him. Far Cry. Is it Far Cry 5 that's out now?
Yeah.
Where you had to catch that big ass fish.
That was my record. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you Bass Pro Fishing.
No, I don't like fishing games. I only like fishing in Far Cry. Even in Far Cry 3, I would fish. But then that was cooler because you had to fish with like a spear and shit, and then sharks would attack you. But yeah, no, I think I still have the second record. It's like a 45-pound trout. Positive it was a glitch. Was not supposed to exist. It was supposed to, like, the max was like 13 pounds. It was like 45. I had that record for months. Very proud of that.
What was the first? What's the record?
The first one's like 78 pounds. It has to be a glitch. Like, it's mind-blowing. A trout is this fucking big. So imagine this big, 78 pounds. It's made of cement or something. But yeah, I love that Far Cry keeps adding stuff. You get your money worth. Unfortunately, you got to pay for it. 2018, it's record-breaking. Video games are booming right now.
Right now, they just had E3, so.
Yeah, I mean, well, in sales, I should say they're booming. Nintendo's doing great, surprisingly, as they prep for probably the biggest thing they've had in 15 years, which is Super Smash Ultimate. Huge game.
15 years? When did the Brawl?
Yeah, but you got to think, like, Brawl was good and stuff, but it wasn't like this. Like, because our generation...
You're talking about since the original Smash Bros. Came out.
Yeah. Like, our generation grew up on Smash Bros. None of them did justice since the first one. This one is supposed to be epic. Like, all the reviewers, IGN, you name it.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. This is the most marketed Super Smash yet, so I think this is going to be huge. People are going to buy Switches just to play this shit, so...
I was telling you, I almost thought about
Exactly, yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't really play a ton of Madden, but I did want to talk about it because it's so big.
I knew you were bringing this up. I was wondering if you were going to bring it up, actually.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Madden fan, but they keep kind of reinventing the wheel. This one had the best verdict so far yet in IGN. They just get better. They just get better. It's so much money in it, so they have to. What about it did you think I was going to bring up? I thought you were
bringing up that shooting that happened.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, that shooting is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It's sad.
Over the tournament?
Yeah, there was...
Because the guy was... Last year, he was the champ last year. He was the defending champion, and he lost. And he pulled out a gun and just started... He shot the guy that beat him.
In Jacksonville. Yeah, it's sad. Honestly, the world we live in is sad. Yep, Jacksonville, Florida.
Those Floridas.
But he lost a tournament and came back and shot the place up.
I said that and I realized, wait... Steve.
Yeah, he's from Florida. I'm from Florida too. We're both from Florida.
We're not shooting anyone.
Yeah, that guy's just out of his mind. I mean, if you watch...
To shoot someone because you lose...
To shoot
a video game.
Yeah, it's sad that it's just... It's bleeding into so many things. We let movie theaters, music concerts, you name it. It's just a world we live in is sad.
I get freaked out now when I go to like concerts.
You have to.
Movies. Like,
constantly.
If I see someone being fidgety, I freak out.
You got to know your exits, man.
Like I went and saw, I don't remember which one. It was a Marvel movie. I was so stoked about it. I think it was like, it wasn't Ant-Man. I don't remember what it was, but I was so happy I was there. And this guy was sitting behind us. And he was in a camo jacket.
Yep.
And he was just being fidgety. And I just kept looking over, and Lauren's like, "What are you doing?" I just couldn't help it. Like, he's just being weird. And I kept looking over. I was like, well, all right, where can I go? Like,
yeah. That's the world we live in. I remember...
I would move to a different seat then, at that point.
It doesn't matter. You're in a theater. You're in the room. Like,
yeah,
he decides to open up.
But he's right behind you at that point. That's...
I thought about it. I almost told Lauren, I was like, can we move? Like, I'm not comfortable right now.
And that's the sad thing. It's like, this has happened before, obviously, that happens more than ever. But now that it's kind of bleeding into something as simple as a video game tournament, it's just sad. But yeah, I mean, obviously, RIP to those people. That's shit. But I was just going to talk about how good the game is.
I thought you were going.
No, the game is 9 out of 10, fantastic, which is amazing because... This game, it's 19, Madden 19. They've made almost 20 of I think they made more than that, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the same thing for every game.
They've been making them since 98, so it might be like 21. I don't know. But yeah, it's the same. It's simple. Play football, but they just keep kind of reinventing it and doing great things. It's just
the same. It's the new teams from the previous year.
Yeah.
Then there's always that thing where you can go play from different year teams.
Yeah. I mean, the sales are always phenomenal. I just think it's really cool that they keep doing it. But the last thing I want to talk about video game is Spider-Man 4, or not 4, but it's Spider-Man.
I was looking at it. It's like $70 for the deluxe edition.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 skins, you get a metal pin. I think they mailed you.
Yeah.
It looks super cool, but it's not worth me buying a PlayStation.
No, I don't know. I might get it just so I could do a review on it.
I mean, I want to play it. I loved Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. I played all of them, and the movies were horrible. Well, the third movie was horrible.
So, see,
but it was so fun.
One of their trailers, they talk about how they didn't want to do it based off the movie. They got rights to do their own little universe.
Which is perfect.
This takes place when he's in college, when he's 23. It has nothing to do when he's in high school.
Well, I think they kind of stole or borrowed some ideas from the Batman series, which...
They said they got most of their influence from the Spider-Man Ultimate comic book series.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, writing-wise. But I mean, the idea of creating your own universe is genius because you have so much to play with. Instead of making a recreation of a movie that you watched and know the results, like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
Oh yeah, the gameplay is definitely
Origins.
based off of that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Genius. I mean, that's great. And it's innovative. That's one of those games.
I mean, even Shadow of War was basically a copy of that.
Yeah.
But plus they did I don't know if you've tried the DLC for that since it came out.
No, I haven't. I still haven't beat it because the stupid Shadow Wars take forever.
No, that is beating it.
Yeah, I can't beat it.
Once you get to that point, you beat the game.
No, I can't beat the Shadow Wars, though.
Shadow Wars is just like bonus shit. That's not part of the story. You beat the game.
The story, then that sucked. How did I not even know the ending then? I'm just an undead version of the character.
Yeah, they did extended storylines now.
That's fucking stupid. That means it's been beaten for months. That's dumb. That's beyond dumb. I'm so
I can
pissed.
see him sitting in his room getting pissed. Like, I'm so close. Why can't I beat this?
Because
It's actually done.
It gets harder every fucking time, and your goblins get worse. So you make this great army, and it gets shreked by another army. It's stupid. That pisses me off. But that's the only game I'd want on PS4. Well, that's a lie. I wanted that zombie game too. I can't remember what it's called for whatever reason.
Called.
But that one I really want. I can't think of what it's called either.
Those are doing
Great. 0-20.
That's the last podcast.
great. Sorry.
I can't think of what it's called, but it's a giant, massive zombie horde game.
I want to say it's like no something.
I don't remember. But there's a couple games for PS4 I would
Chris
want.
says,
but-
ha ha ha.
For
Wow.
what?
I'm
Oh.
going to assume talking
Yeah,
about
come
you.
Shadow. Fucking goddamn it. But yeah, I mean, there's some good video games coming out. It's coming, but nothing
They
yet.
released a character list for the WK2K14.
Or WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, they released that. It's always pretty much the
Like
same.
60 something characters.
75, I think, but they always add like 40 more. So, which is always cool. But those games I've never been a fan of. They're very repetitive.
My cousin had them, and there's always like that create a character type shit.
Yeah, I always do
storyline.
that, and then I make it, but the way they create a character takes forever. Your guy sucks for like 80,000 matches, and then he's good. But at that point, you don't give a shit.
So you start out as a miss.
Yeah, there you go, exactly. But I think that's pretty much it. There's not a ton more going on right now.
The Destiny DLC comes out on the 4th. So
Yep.
pretty soon.
Destiny just keeps pumping it out. They're smart.
They've been doing events, and I wasn't even aware of it.
I know they just remastered Halo again for 4K, which is pretty cool. Oh, this is actually the last thing. This is my perfect way to wrap it up. But they did Modern Warfare 2. You can finally play it. It's backwards compatible. Opened up all the servers again. One of the greatest of all time. I played the shit out of that game. I think most of us did. I love it. I'm actually going to play it tonight. Thank God. All they need to do is remaster it now. But at least they opened the servers again. That game was flawless, in my opinion. The first one was great, but the second one was perfect. Third one was horrible. But yeah, if you don't have that backwards compatible, man, pick that game up, because that was our game. That and Halo 2 were the games. At least when I was growing up. If you played console, that's what you played. So yeah, that would be the perfect way to end it.
Modern Warfare 2, definitely. Halo's was Xbox only.
Yes, it was. Real quick, we're going to do our plugs, because we actually didn't do them in the last one. We've been working on new merch, trying to get hats out. We owe Josh Halpenny a hat. We got some cool challenges coming up. We're going to do an eating challenge. We mentioned it in both podcasts next week. All three of us are going to be testing out blindfolded, not going to know what it is, give it a taste, see if we can guess what it is.
You gotta smell it first.
Or even, smell it.
You have to smell it.
Taste it. see if we can even keep it down. We'll go from there. That should be exciting. We had other people, they wanted us to wax their chests.
No.
I don't know. I would probably try it.
No.
I hate my chest hair, so I'd probably do that for you guys if you wanted to see it. You'd have
over the nipple.
I don't care if 15 people share this or the previous podcast, I'll wax it next week.
That's kind of low.
15?
What about your armpit?
No, fuck that. Are you out of your mind? I need 80 shares.
16 people share this video.
80
Jack
shares.
will wax his armpit.
No, 15 and I'll wax my chest. No, 20. 20 and I'll wax my chest.
There you go. That's a little
30
better.
for the armpit.
No, 50 for
30.
the armpit. 50.
45.
50. I'm not going lower than 50. Are you
You
out
have
of
to
your...
at least double it.
No, 50. Yeah, 50. But we have some cool challenges
You're gonna
coming.
wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be shared 75 times.
It's got to be like different people, by the way. It can't just be one person shares it.
So
first.
it's
Yeah.
easy to make in a new account. Just
Let's make that clear.
You all loved him in the habanero pepper eating contest. You want to see him get his armpit waxed? Let's get 50 shares, people.
But yeah, if you get good luck. But yeah, we got cool challenges on the way. We're gonna try to hammer.
You should do a spray tan challenge. Come out orange.
Oh my god. I'd try that, I guess. I mean, I'm willing to try most things. I'll never eat a habanero again. But we got cool challenges on the way. I want to get we haven't done on the sports show. We haven't done, other than Neil, we haven't done a interview. We haven't done an interview in a while, so I want to try to get an interview.
We haven't done it in either show.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get an interview soon. If not next week, then the following. But we have a lot of cool stuff on the horizon.
Well, see, the thing is, we got to get someone that knows sports and can do geek.
Yeah, or just one or the other, and we can have them on whatever show. But hopefully we'll have someone soon. But either way, we got a lot of cool stuff coming. People really dug the challenge, so I had a lot of fun with it too. It's always cool. I mean, it sucked. Don't get me wrong.
He doesn't remember it. Is what
No,
he
I have
said.
PTSD. I do. But I love the views. So that's what it's all about.
It says come to Buffalo.
Yeah, we'll get right there in that shithole. Anyway, hook us up on Swiss Army Nerds on Twitter, on Facebook, and on SoundCloud, and of course YouTube. Swiss Army
YouTube,
Nerds.
I think, is kind of important. We're kind of failing there, people.
Yes, we are failing hard, but give us a share, give us a like, whatever. Let us know what you want.
Ring that bell. Get that notification.
That's right.
When you click on that, you get notified every time we post a video.
That's right. So hook us up, Swiss Army Nerds on YouTube. Share it. Let everyone know. If you ever want merch, let us know. We can hook you up. We'll be back next week, though. So anything else? I think that's it.
We should get an animator.
Animator would be cool. I'm getting decent with it, but we'd have to find. We couldn't
Were we
even.
talking about taking a class at college one point for that?
I mean, we could. Anything for this show, I would do. So, very excited to see what's on the horizon. I think we're just starting football season. The sports show is only going to get better. Video game season's coming. We're going to have movie
It's going to have
reviews.
its lulls, but then we can always go into movies.
Yeah. So, we're excited. I think both podcasts, we're about to go through a boom. So, I'm excited. If you like it, love it, share it, hate it, whatever. We don't care. Any attention's good attention. So, Swiss Army Nerds, Twitter, Facebook, and of course the big one, YouTube. So hit us up. Hope you liked it. And I guess we are out of here.
Signing off on the flagship.
Yep.
Oh.
See ya.